All right, MacroPulse quiz, 16 September 2025. Question number 4. What is the correlation between investment on equipment and investment structures? Use the FRED codes we highlighted in the previous questions. This is the fourth in a series of 4 videos, 4 questions on this Pulse quiz, all regarding investment. I want you to use the quarter over quarter percent delta from the first quarter 2020 through the second quarter 2025. Luckily, the last question dealt with exactly these tickers, FRED tickers, and this transformation. In fact, I can scooch back a little bit, and we had this setup right here, okay, where we used each of these 4 tickers, boom, 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 and we did the PCH transform. We figured out why and how that was the case, made sure we had one date. So I went ahead just to make it nice and clean, and I just found it again. Now I want to compute the correlations among those. Lots of ways you could do that. One way you could do it is with data analysis. Now, if you're on Mac, if you're on the Windows version, but online, the names might be slightly different. The toolboxes might look slightly different, but the basic ideas are the same. You have lots of different statistical tools. We want to go to correlation and we want to input the range. Now, make sure that you got numeric data inside of there. We're going to highlight all of this. You can get fancy, and what you could do is put in new labels in row 6 so that you can actually put the column names in there. You can copy and paste it someplace else. With FRED, if you went ahead and updated this, it would reprint over the names that you just worked hard typing on. So I'm going to leave it like this. And we're going to leave that labels in first row unchecked. You're going to tell me where you want that placed. You could put it wherever you want. It references top left corner of what you want to produce. So, you could put it right there. And when I did it for my data, I got a box that looked like this. Now, which is which? It reads it down in form so that it's looking at these here in this order. Structures, look at the very last clause there, right? We did that in the other videos. Equipment, IP, and investment. I wrote structures, equipment, IP, and then that total. You can take that, you can copy that if you haven't done this before, right? Copy, and then you can paste special, and then you can start looking for in the paste special ways that you can transform, where you can transpose it, and that'll take that one, which is one row across columns, down to one column across rows. That's just to make it nice and pretty. Okay, so then the question was, what's the correlation between investment spending on structures and equipment? And that correlation, structures and equipment, 0.5. And you have across all of there, 0.52. And you can see they all move relatively well in that bottom row with the total, which is what you expect. And then the individual components might vary about a 0.5. So positive. That didn't say that it's statistically significant. We could test that separately. Hope that helps.